for the rest of the week with you. If you would like to use props today, you're always welcome to have a set of blocks. You're always welcome to grab some water. Any blankets or pillows that are going to help you be able to sit up properly are always super duper welcome. It is 10:30 right now, bang on. So we're going to make our way down onto our mats. And finding a comfortable seat, so that could be kneeling, you could be standing, you could be sitting cross-legged, whatever is going to feel the comfiest, coziest for you. And I would love to invite you. I'm actually going to sit up on a block, I've decided. And let's meet there. If we've never met before, hello, I am Dom. This is our Hatha flow together. Always such a pleasure to get to be here with you. If you'd like props, you're welcome to grab blocks, water, all of those things. I'm sitting up on a block right now. We're going to start seated today. And if it feels happy and comfortable for you to close your eyes, you're welcome to close your eyes. If that doesn't feel happy, comfortable, you're welcome to sort of bow down, keeping your eye gaze just slightly forward. Palms can rest down, palms can rest up, whatever's going to make the most sense for you. And this is where we're going to meet. Taking a second to arrive on our mats, arrive in this space, to arrive in our bodies. Let's take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Fill your upper body, your lungs, your whole upper body cage up. And then make noise side out through your mouth. It won't be weird because you're at home, right? Inhale through your nose. Fill your lower part of your chest up into your ribs, your sternum, your back, between your shoulder blades, your chest. Take an inhale even further, even deeper, and then exhale it out. Can you inhale, expand into your belly, into the sides, back, front portion of your ribs, up into your sternum, between your shoulder blades, up into your earlobes. Take that inhale. And then exhale, let it fall out. Taking a pause. As we arrive here together, starting to settle into our bodies, honoring the word practice today. And my theme for what I would like this class to be together today is not about fancy postures or twisting ourselves into knots or moving quicker than we want to. What I would love our theme today to be is embodied alchemy, embodied transformation, embodied flow. So our practice today together will look a lot like stacking, a lot like building on top of sequencing. And you get to choose whether you want to take that sequencing or not. Everything is a suggestion. And I love this idea of keeping it sort of simple, but layering, because it allows us to get into a flow, still being really present in our bodies, but not worrying about what hand is down, what hand is up, how are we moving in space like that, really just starting to feel the pattern come into our bodies. And so with that in mind, I would like to take a moment to just do a little meditation together. So again, being in your comfortable seat. If you'd like to place one hand up on your chest, you can. If you'd like to place one on your belly, you can. If you prefer to keep them down, that's totally awesome as well. Eyes closed if you can, or dimmed down if you prefer. And so we just spent a little bit of time taking big breaths in the body, taking big exhales out of the body. And so as we now palpate the traveling of our breath in our body, can you just notice where it seems to flow really easily and where it seems to get a little stuck? Noticing if our bellies are already bracing ourselves to support our spines in practice, can we let that go a little bit? So letting our fleshy belly be just a little more relaxed right now. Exploring as you inhale, if the breath just travels up the front of the body, or can you expand sideways through the ribs, expand backwards through the ribs? And as you exhale, noticing if the release is equal to the inhale. allowing there to not just be a focus on the inhale expansion, but also the exhale letting go. Arguably, taking that symbolism of holding on and letting go, right? That letting go is really important. Taking these first few moments with yourself to feel the breath in your body, to honor the breath in your body. And as we're doing this together, I'd like to read something to you. So you can still keep your hands on your body, exploring your breath. There is a Sanskrit word called aparigraha. Aparigraha. Working on the Sanskrit. And depending on who you're learning from, Sanskrit in general, like we all know the general meanings, but they're still unraveling more and more about the history of the language. So there's still a little bit of conversation about how to translate. But this is a translation I really like. Aparigrapha means non-grasping. Rather than the Western model of chasing, roping, and branding our desires for dear life, aparigrapha means moving through the world with an open hand and open heart. I love that. Moving through the world with an open hand and an open heart. And I think especially, I know for myself, when it feels like there's a lot of outside control dictating the flow of life, the flow of my schedule, the flow of what we can and cannot do, it's easy to start grasping at things that we do have control over. And so I really like this idea of non-grasping. It feels a lot less like we're strong-arming things and allowing things in our life, which I like. And again, as this theme of the class today is to be moving and flow together, I wanted to invite you to just channel a little prayer with me. Again, you totally don't have to, but if you'd like to, let's take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale it out. Hands can stay on your body. They can come to thighs. Again, eyes closed if you'd like. Let what wants to come, come. Let what wants to go, go. If it is mine, it will stay. If not, whatever is better will replace it. Wherever you are, take an inhale in through your nose. Sigh it out through your mouth. Gently allowing your chin to draw down to your chest. Start to circle your head up and around to the left. And then bring it back down to center. Up and around to the right. And then back down to center. Keep going. Let's inhale through the nose as the head circles up. And then exhale out through the mouth as it draws down. Inhale up to the right side. And exhale it down. As you inhale up towards your left shoulder, maybe that head continues its journey all the way around behind you, all the way around to the right shoulder, and then all the way back down to center. Reversing that patterning, taking it all the way around to the right shoulder, all the way back behind you, around to the left shoulder, and then down to center. Keep going, taking one direction at a time, really indulging in this mobilizing. And again, noticing if there's anything that comes up that feels maybe a little sticky or uncomfortable. Let's not sit in sticky spaces right now. Let's keep ourselves moving. And if sitting up like this, again, I'm up on a block. So know that you're welcome to be way propped up. You could be up on a chair. You could be kneeling. Whatever feels good for you. Let's make this circle the last one as long as it's evening you out. If you need to toss another one in, please feel free. Bringing that head up to center. Let's take our right ear and let's bring it down towards our right shoulder. Take your right hand and just walk it out. I have very short arms, so because I'm sitting up, my hand doesn't quite find the floor. So I'm going to keep reaching it out. Inhale that left arm up, and then I take my side bend over. And I inhale to come up and out of this, and then exhale it over. Inhale to lengthen up. Exhale over. One more time. Inhale out. Exhale over. Can you keep your side bend for me? Can you start to rotate in until you're starting your chest now? Instead of looking forward, it's starting to look down to your thigh or the floor. And you can place both hands on the floor to just really scoop in around your body here. And then can you take your left hand and place it on your right thigh, your right knee? I'm about to take a bit of a twist here. Keep my chest energized down to the floor, but I start to roll my spine up. So I come up in my twist, kind of a funny way to get there. So I'm twisted towards my right thigh. My left hand is on my right knee. As I inhale, my right hand will come up. So now I'm twisted, yeah? And now I'm going to lean over towards that left knee. Inhale to bring it up. Keep reaching left hand to right thigh. And then exhale over, taking a twisted tip over towards that left knee. Inhale up. Exhale it over. One more time. Inhale. Right after I said we're not getting too pretzel-y, we totally get pretzel-y, right? Take that side bend. Can you inhale? Stay there. Feel the length up and over. Or maybe if there's any little creaks or soreness, just being mindful of that. Bring yourself all the way up. Placing your right hand down beside you if it reaches, and then spiral all the way back to center. Give your spine a little wormy worm. That's quite nice. I really like adding those twists as we're seated. Inhale up tall. Exhale, keep sitting up tall. Let's take our left ear down towards our left shoulder this time, and then walk our left hand out. Oh, it's funny that just our portions of our body are also different, right? And then walk yourself over. So once I take that lean, I can find my left hand on the floor, but I can't find it when I'm sitting up tall, which is fine because I'm propped up, right? So that makes sense. Inhale to release a little bit. Exhale to bend it over. Inhale to lift up. And now as I take this side bend, I'm trying not to collapse down into my left side waist. I'm actually thinking like the shape of a rainbow up and over versus just sort of collapsing. Depending what's happening in your neck, you can look up, you can look forward, you can look down, whatever makes the most sense for you. Take one more breath here, and then start to turn your gaze down to the outside of that left thigh. Scoop into your belly as you rotate the upper body so that that right hand finds the floor next to your left hand. Ooh, just noticing how these twists can feel so different side to side. Knowing that because we're seated, there's an element here of connecting into our pelvis that can also dictate or influence, I should say, not dictate, how this rotation will live in your body. Let's start to take your right hand and place it on your left knee or thigh. Let's keep scooping through the belly. Let's roll ourselves up so that now our upper body is twisted towards the left. My right hand is on my left thigh. My whole upper body has spiraled to the left. I'm going to take my left arm up and that tip over now to the right. Inhale to come out of it. Keeping my right hand as connected to my thigh as I can. Exhale, little side bend over. Inhale to come up. Exhale it over. One more time. Inhale it up. Exhale it over. Taking an extra breath here just to feel that side stretch through the body. And then bring ourselves all the way up. Let's bring that hand down. Rotate your body back to center. You can start to take yourself forward in space onto your mat. And we're going to slide ourselves back into a child's pose. So you're welcome to keep a block behind you if that gives you a little more support for your knees. You don't have to take it all the way back if you don't want to. Whatever's going to feel good for you. But can you take a breath in, and as you exhale, walk your hands over to the right. Again, just feeling a little bit of a side stretch here. Maybe give your pelvis a little wiggle. Beauty of being at home, right? We're all in our own little private world. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, walk your hands through center. Take them all the way over to the left. Nice inhale here. Nice exhale here. Bring your hands back through center. Ripple your spine up. Let's give our wrists just a quick second to have a chance to weight bear. So we're just going to take some circles around to the left, all the way back, starting to just sort of notice how the pressure lands in your wrists. And if that doesn't feel fabulous, you can always come down to forearms and just sort of make it about the shoulder. And then take those circles the other way. Now, notice for yourself I know that I'm like this, I tend to really dig into the heel of my hand, which over time can be really niggly on my wrists. So you want to still feel like you're pressing into all 10 fingertips. Pause at center, tuck your toes. Can you start to slide yourself back into sort of like a little bit of a crouchy crouch? And then you're going to lift your hips up, but keep your knees pretty bent. First downward dog, with me anyway, of the morning. Take your inhale here. And take an exhale to just let that breath go. Walking it out through our legs, keeping a nice deep bend in those knees. And then take it really tiny. You're going to step 1 foot forward, and then your second foot forward, and then 1 foot, and then your second foot, walking your way up into a forward fold. Once you find that forward fold, keep a nice deep bend in your knees, and just give yourself a little hang. A little wobble of the head, a little shake yes, a little shake no. Maybe take your hands, rub them against the backs of your calves, the backs of your hamstrings, into your hips, maybe into your neck a little bit if that's feeling a little not fabulous. Just giving them a little bit of heat, a little bit of love. And then melting that body forward. Can you inhale to bend your knees a little bit more? As you exhale, start to stretch the legs and just lengthen your chest up halfway. Inhale to melt down into your forward fold. Exhale, lengthen up and out halfway. Inhale it down. And as you lengthen up into that halfway, can you draw your ribs in and think about the longest spine you can? Inhale to melt it forward. Exhale, firing up through your glutes to lengthen you halfway. 2 more times. Inhaling it down. Exhale, start to stretch the legs, ripple your spine up and forward. We're in like a neutral tabletop here, right? Except with straight legs, like a standing tabletop. 1 more time, you're gonna hold it here, take a breath in. Hold it here. Now you can breathe out through your mouth, or if that Ujjayi breath is in your practice, you're welcome to be here. Hands can come to your heart, hands can come into your hips. We're just holding the length, lengthening out through our tailbone for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. Last one, bend through your knees, round your spine, roll yourself all the way up to standing. Inhale, reach those arms up overhead. Exhale, bring them down through heart center. Take a little pause. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel that growth of your spine up tall. Connecting back into the idea that what is for me will be here for me. I don't need to hang on. I don't need to grab. I can just let things flow, let things move, and the right things will be there. Bring your hands down beside your hips, Tadasana, mountain pose. Take your inhale here. Take in your exhale, and can you imagine yourself like that mountain, rooting down to the floor, rising up through the spine. Inhale, breath reaches those arms up overhead. As we exhale, diving forward back into that forward fold. Inhale to sweep up halfway, hands to shins or thighs, whatever feels better for you. Exhale to plant your hands. Take your time to step back into your version of a plank. So remember, it's your practice. If you'd like to start with knees down, you totally can. A little bit of troubleshooting, a little bit of housekeeping here. Let's push the floor away from us, yeah? Let's open those hands away, like feel like they're really pulling away from each other, and let's hug the heels of the hands in and down towards our knees. Firing up through our glutes, lengthening through our spine. This is a really gorgeously active shape here. Keep that activity. Start to slowly pull your chest down through your hands as you melt and rest down on the floor. Flip pedicure side of your foot, toenails down on the floor. Inhale to come up into just a little baby cobra, just your chest. And then let's exhale, let's melt that down. Inhale to come up just that little bit. And bring it down. One more time, bring it up just a little bit. Lower it down, slide yourself back, taking your hips up, downward dog. 3 breaths here. Inhale through your nose. Exhale it out. Now, downward dog can be whatever you need it to be. If you need to be on forearms, you could totally be here if you needed to. If being up on your hands makes sense for you, you can bend your knees as much as you need. On your next inhale, can you sweep your right leg up overhead, please? And you're just going to squeeze your right heel to your right bum, open that right hip out so that we're adding a little bit of a hip opener here. You're welcome to give that ankle a little roll, that knee a little circle if you'd like to. But can you notice what's happening with your standing leg? If it's starting to get kind of wonky, we want it to stay really active. Our hands stay really active here. Draw those ribs in. Take your inhale. Take an exhale. As you inhale, can you level those hips back off? Reach your right leg long so you're out into a 3-legged dog. And then as you exhale, pull that right leg forward, plant it down between your thighs. Let's lower the back knee. And as you inhale, let's sweep those arms up. We'll stay here for a few breaths now, but next time we come, we're going to be just here for one breath. Take your inhale. As you exhale, plant those hands down, step back into your downward dog. Take a breath in, take a breath out. This time your left leg sweeps up in space. Bend the knee so you're squeezing your heel to your bum. Try to lift that thigh up, open that thigh, and then pause. Notice that the shoulders maybe want to roll with you. Can we keep drawing them in? Give yourself a little wiggle of the ankle if you'd like, a little circle of the knee if you'd like. Few breaths here, inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. Take that breath in. Maybe you exhale through your nose. Keeping all of the work of your upper body and your abdomen here to support you. On your next inhale, level those hips off, reach your left leg, back, and then pull your left leg all the way in and maybe plop it down between your hands. Lower your back knee. Let's troubleshoot on this side, squeezing the legs in, the arms reach up. Take your breath in. Take it out. You can always squeeze those mats and roll them in towards each other so that they stack, so that you have a little more space. Inhale here. Exhale it out. One more time, breathe in. As you exhale, plant your hands, step back into your version of a plank. Inhale to be in your plank. As you exhale, maybe drop the knees, pulling your chest down and forward. If you'd like to inhale this time, you can take a full cobra. Exhale, pushing back, downward dog. Take a breath in through your nose. Exhale it out. Drawing the ribs in, allowing your dog to be whatever you need it to be. Maybe you make it kind of circular and kind of slinky. Maybe you stay perfectly still, whatever works for you. Inhale in. Exhale it out. As you inhale, lift your heels up, bend your knees, look forward. And as you exhale, little steps or hop all the way up to meet your hands. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale it forward and down. Bend your knees, push your feet through the floor as you inhale to sweep those arms all the way up. Exhale, take a pause at mountain. Inhaling here. Exhaling here. Together, inhale, those arms sweep up. As we exhale, we dive forward into that forward fold. Same patterning, but a little bit quicker. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale to lower down, step back to your downward dog. Inhale, your right leg sweeps up. Exhale, bend your knee, open that hip, give it a little bit of a moment to really enjoy a bit of opening here. On your next inhale, bring those hips back to level, reach the right leg up. As you exhale, pull the right foot forward all the way down between your hands, drop your back knee. Inhale to reach those arms up, just an inhale here. Exhale to lower down, step back into your downward dog. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. When you're ready, as you inhale, your left leg sweeps up this time. Bend your knee, open that hip, but make sure the shoulders don't roll with you. Give yourself a little moment to enjoy what's happening here. Maybe rolling through the hip, rolling through the ankle. On your next inhale, draw those hips back to level, reach that leg back, and then exhale, pull your foot through, plant your left foot between your hands, drop your back knee. Inhale to sweep those arms up. We right away exhale, lower them down. Step back into your version of plank. Take an inhale to be here, grow long, grow stable. As you exhale, maybe drop the knees, pulling your chest down to the floor. As you inhale, you reach up into your cobra or baby cobra, and then exhale, push back, downward dog, 3 breaths. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale it out. We'll be doing that same pattern. Inhale it in. Exhale it out. As you inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. As you exhale, make your way up to meet your hands. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale to melt forward. Bend your knees, push your feet through the floor. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up overhead. Right away, let's dive it forward. Take that forward fold. Inhale, lengthen up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into your downward dog. Just a few breaths here, inhaling through your nose. So downward dog, we want to make sure that we're not being passive here, that there's so much activity. We have our hands connecting down into the floor, all the way into your finger pads. Yeah, not just the heels of your hands, spreading that weight out. We want to think about taking our shoulder blades, our armpits, and spiraling them around and under and up. And that will keep tension out and away from your ears, hopefully. As you inhale, your right leg reaches up overhead. As you exhale, bend your knee, open that hip up. Don't let the shoulders come with you. Inhale to take that leg back and up. Three-legged dog. And then exhale, pull that foot through. Now maybe you keep your back leg up this time as you inhale to reach the arms up. Exhale to lower all the way down. Step back, downward dog. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. As you inhale, left leg sweeps up this time. Bend your knee, open your hip as you enjoy that bit of a hip opening. Inhale when you're ready to level off the hips, reach back, three-legged dog. Exhale to pull that leg forward, plant your foot. Maybe you stay up on the back thigh this time, or you could always lower it down. Inhale to reach up into our lunge. It's getting exciting. Lower down, step back into your plank this time. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Plank being whatever you need. Drop to those knees. Control your descent down to the floor. Inhale to take a baby cobra or a full up dog. And then exhale, slide it back, downward dog. 3 breaths. Inhaling in. Exhaling it out. You're always welcome to take a child's pose whenever you need. If you would prefer to grab some water, to just be like, you know what, I think I just want to lie on my mat. That's totally an option. It's your practice. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale to melt it down. Bend your knees, push the feet through the floor. As you inhale, sweep those arms all the way up. Exhale down through heart center. Take a quick check-in. Inhaling in through your nose. Exhaling nose or mouth. Feeling the prana, feeling the energy through your body, using it as a way to keep flowing. Hands come down beside you. Tadasana. Inhale, the arms sweep up. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale, lower down, step back to your downward dog. Troubleshoot, find your housekeeping, right? Your home base. We want to feel like we're rotating those shoulders around so they're not squishing up towards our earlobes. If you have a really bendy back like me, it's easy to sit into those ribs and low lumbar. So we want to draw our ribs in and lengthen out. It's a little bit of a puzzle, but we can figure it out. Inhale, let's sweep the right leg up. Bend your knee, open your hip, enjoy that bit of a hip opener. Pull your hips back to center. Reach out into your three-legged dog. Squeeze the right knee into the right chest. Plant your right foot down. This time you're going to take your back left leg, pull it forward a few inches, and then out to the side. So you want to feel like we're on train tracks, not a tightrope. And then you're going to pull yourself all the way up. So we're in more of a warrior one here. If you have blocks, super great time to grab them. If you don't have blocks, you can totally put your hands on your hips. And we're going to go for that sort of forward spine shape that we had at the beginning. So let's stretch that front leg, square off through those hips, and then tip our torso forward. If you have blocks or soup cans or a chair or a bookshelf, anything there that you can, well, maybe not a bookshelf, that could fall, but something stable that you can rest on here and just enjoy a bit of a stretch, please feel free. If you don't have anything, hands on your hips is totally fabulous. Let's take 3 breaths. Inhaling in. Exhaling it out. If you're using your Ujjayi breath, knowing that our exhale is out through our nose, and it's almost like we're trying to blow out through a straw. A little bit of constriction through the throat. One more time, breathe in. Exhale it out. Bend into that knee, anchor through those legs, and sweep your arms all the way back up. Take an inhale here. As we exhale, let's lower down, shift your back foot back, so it's in sort of like a high lunge shape, and then push back into your downward dog. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. As we inhale, that left leg sweeps up, bend your knee, try to lift that thigh up, and then open it in space. Keeping the upper body turned on here again, pushing through all 10 finger knuckles, drawing the ribs in, but lengthening through the tail. As you inhale, level your hips back to reach into your 3-legged dog. And then as you exhale, pull your left leg forward, plant your foot through your hands. Take your back foot, slide it forward a few inches, and then out to the side. Your toes are angled so that they're pointing up towards like 2 o'clock. And then bring yourself all the way up. Straightening through that front leg. Again, hips are squared off here. And then we tip our torso forward to enjoy a bit of a hamstring stretch. Yes, I'm hoping that's what you're getting out of that. Taking your breath in and using your breath out. So notice the upper body is the same line here as when we held that like standing, I think I called it a standing tabletop for you. Lovely how these shapes sort of start to mirror each other, right? I love it. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. One more time, breathe in. Bend into that knee, start to bring yourself all the way back up again in space. Inhale to be here. As you exhale, lower your hands, pivot your back foot so it's up in that high lunge, high half toe, but this time step back and find a plank. So even that transition, we're gonna hold plank for a hot second here, so adjust as you need to be somewhere that works for your body. Even the spaces in between the shapes, right? Like those are almost arguably more important because it's how we're setting them up. It's how we're going into them, what energy we're bringing into them. So don't miss out on those. Are you shaking? I'm shaking. Take an inhale. As you exhale, making your way down, however serves you, into your chaturanga. Inhale to lengthen up, full cobra or baby cobra. Exhale to push back, downward dog. 3 breaths, please. Inhale in through your nose. Exhale it out through your mouth or nose. Inhale in. Feeling how this shape over time is changing the more that we're here and making sure it's a change that feels good for you. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. As you exhale, little hop steps or jumps towards your hands. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale to fold it forward. Press your feet through the floor as you inhale. Sweep your arms all the way up overhead. We're doing that whole thing again, but a little faster. Folding yourself all the way down. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale to lower down, step back into your version of downward dog. Let's take a breath here so we can all meet together. Breathing in. Breathing out. As you inhale, your right leg sweeps up. Bend your knee, open up through that hip. Let's not indulge here too long. Let's inhale to square off those hips, reach the right leg back, and then pull your right foot forward, plant it between your hands. Take your back foot, bring it forward and open it out to about 10 o'clock turn. And we come up into our warrior one. Ta. Hands can stay forward or come to hips as you straighten that front leg, making sure both hip bones are pointing forward. We take that little hamstring stretch tip. Holding here for 3 breaths. Inhaling in through your nose. Exhaling it out. Inhaling in. Exhaling it out. One more time. Breathing in, let's bend into that front knee. As you breathe out, make your way all the way up to standing. Sweep those arms up. Lower, bending forward. Place your hands, pivot your back foot into that high half toe lunge, but step back into a downward dog. Take a breath in here. Take a breath out here. As we inhale, that left leg sweeps up in space. Bend your knee like you want to kick yourself in the butt. Lift your thigh up and open that hip out. Drawing the ribs in, keeping the stability of the upper body. Inhale, square off your hips. Reach that left leg back and then pull your left foot forward. Place it between your hands. Keep that front knee bent. Take your back leg out and then shimmy it up. So now your toes are pointing more towards 2 o'clock. Hug those legs in. Bring yourself all the way up, warrior one. You can reach your arms up as you start to straighten your leg and pitch yourself forward and hold it that way. You can bring your hands onto blocks. You can bring your hands onto hips. Let's hold it here. 3 breaths. Inhaling in through your nose. Exhaling it out through your mouth. Inhale in through your nose. Maybe exhaling through your nose. Whatever works for you, whatever's serving you here. Take your inhale, start to bend into that front knee. As you breathe out, bring yourself all the way up. Sweep those arms up overhead. Take your inhale. As you exhale, bring your hands down to meet your foot. Square off that back toe and then slide yourself back into a plank this time. 3 breaths here. Inhaling, keep pushing the floor away, lengthening from head to tail. Now, as much as you're reaching forward with your head, you're opposing with your heels. So it's like you're trying to grow long head to tail, but also fire right into the center of your body. Glutes on here. 1 more breath in. As you exhale, starting to slowly lower down into your chaturanga. Inhale, little baby cobra or full up dog. And then exhale, slide back, downward dog. 3 breaths. Inhale in through your nose. Exhale it out through your mouth. Inhale in. Exhale, nose or mouth. Collecting back to the energy, collecting back to this idea that if we strong arm things, if we try to hold on to them too tightly, then it doesn't work. We have to let there be flow. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. As you exhale, make your way up to your hands. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale to fold forward, push through the floor. Inhale to sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Take a breath, inhaling it in. Exhaling it out. We're building layers, right? So you could always choose to go back to a layer that felt better in your body, a pace that felt better in your body, knowing that it gets to really be about you. which is why I love this practice. Hands come down beside your hips. Take your inhale to be here. And take an exhale to just shed the layers of anything that needs to sort of be gone so you can keep going with your practice. When you're ready, inhale, sweep those arms up towards the ceiling. As we exhale, we dive forward into that forward fold. Inhale to come up halfway. As we exhale, we step back to downward dog just as we've been practicing. Inhale, right leg sweeps up. Bend that knee, open that hip up. Maybe give your hip a little wiggle if you'd like to, but keep your foundation nice and stable. Inhale when you're ready, square the hips up, reach the right leg back. As you breathe out, pull the leg forward, plant your right foot down. Let's keep ourselves up in a high lunge here as we sweep it up. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, can you rotate your back left foot so that your toes are pointing forward? Your back pinky toe edge of your foot has lined up with the back edge of your mat. You're in your warrior two. Arms are reaching out. Take a pause. Breathing in here. Breathing out. Hug those legs in towards each other. Make sure that that front knee is as much over the ankle as possible. And the angle of that back foot, as much as we stay parallel to the mat, if you need to adjust, please feel free. Hips are rotated to point forward, and we're like, we're rising in. We're rooting in to be tall. Arms out. Take your breath in. Take your breath out. Palms can also flip up if you feel like that feels nicer on your shoulders. Taking a few breaths to really be here and really feel this foundation in our bodies. Our warrior two, the story of the warriors connect warrior one, warrior two, warrior three. And our warrior two, and I say it every time we get here, it's our searching warrior because it kind of feels like that, right? Like it kind of feels like we're searching. So can we like embody that? Like we're on a journey here. Take your breath in. Take your breath out. Flip your front palm, reach forward, bring yourself all the way up and back as you reverse that warrior. And then windmill yourself all the way down. Step back into your downward dog, please. Inhaling here. Exhaling here. When you're ready, as you inhale, your left leg sweeps up. Bend your knee, open that hip up. Giving your hip a little wiggle if you need. Keep pushing the floor away, drawing those ribs in. When you're ready, inhale, square off the hips, reach that left leg back, and then pull your leg into your chest, plant that left foot down. Up in a high lunge on those back toes as we lift our torso up. From up here, we start to rotate. Now, I'm about to turn away from you, which is cool, because then you can see the shape from behind, yeah? So we're bending into those legs, well, the front leg anyway. We're squeezing our legs in. Back pinky toe edge of our foot is lining up with the back of our mat. And we're back in our searching warrior. Hips are squared off. And it's almost like you could play with this. Like you lift your front heel, scoop your bum underneath you. Feel like you're tucking it into a back pocket and then put it down. We're searching. Few breaths here. Inhale, feeling the groundedness of your breath. And then exhale to just be like totally alive in this shape, in this experience. Together, breathing in, breathing out. Keeping it growing. Even though we're not physically moving in a big way here, there is still movement happening. Front palm flips up. Can we reach that front arm forward? Lengthen yourself all the way up and back into a reverse warrior, but keep the front knee bent, please. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, pass through warrior two as you come up. Windmill your hands down. Step back into your plank. 3 breaths here. Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling through your mouth. Inhaling here. Glutes are on, upper body is strong. Push the floor away. Pull your hands wide. Hug heels of hands in. One more time, inhale. As you exhale, lowering down through your version of chaturanga. Inhale, full cobra or a little baby cobra. And then exhale, slide back, downward dog. Take a breath in here, please. Take a breath out. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. We do that whole sequence again, but we're going to move a little bit faster. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. As you exhale, make your way up towards your hands. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale to melt it down. Bend through your knees, push through your feet through the floor as you sweep your arms up right out of the gate. We go all the way back down. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale to plant your hands, step back into your version of a downward dog. Inhale, right leg sweeps up, bend your knee, open that hip up. I'm hoping that's feeling way more open for you now. As you are ready, inhale to bring your hips back to center, lengthen the leg back, and then you pull the right leg forward, plant the right foot through your hands. Let's sweep ourselves all the way up into our lovely long lunge here, and then turn the legs out, warrior two. 3 breaths here, please. Inhaling it in, doing that little bum tuck back pocket business, if that feels good for you. Inhaling here, and exhaling here. Feeling the settling of the breath, this moment of isometric hold of our body, but the flow still of our energy. Flip your front palm, reach the arm forward. I'm just getting so excited here with you. Like, yeah, we're moving, it's flowing. Take an inhale. As you exhale, windmill yourself all the way back. Find your downward dog. 2 breaths here. Inhaling it in. Exhaling it out. Setting up that home base before we lift our second leg. When you're ready, inhale, your left leg reaches up this time. Bend your knee, open up through your hip, and keep lengthening this shape. Like, keep lifting that thigh up. Let's not let it be passive, even though we've been here a million times. Inhale, square off the hips, lengthen that leg back, 3-legged dog. And then exhale, pull your left foot forward, plant your left foot between your hands. Bring yourself all the way up into your high lunge, and then open yourself up and out. I sort of feel like a fountain there. Like, we sweep up and then we open. So a little fountainy, flowy energy. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. We're here. Searching warrior, moving warrior, finding purpose, moving in our purpose, warrior. Flip that front palm. Inhale to reach forward. Lengthen yourself all the way up and back. Take a breath in. And as you exhale again, windmill yourself all the way to the floor. Slide the front leg to meet the back. Hold your plank. 3 breaths here. Breathing in through the nose. Exhaling it out. Keep pushing the floor away. Keep firing through your glutes. Keep letting this be an active shape. Yeah, I think that plank sometimes can get a little staticky, but there's so much happening here. When you're ready, drop down through those knees. Start to pull your chest forward through your hands. Inhale, little baby cobra or your full up dog, whatever works for you. And then slide yourself back, downward dog. 3 breaths. Inhaling in through the nose. Exhaling it out through your mouth. Sometimes I like to channel, it's called a lion's breath, where you stick your tongue out and like, but I feel very much like Gene Simmons when I do that. So you're always welcome to throw in a little Gene Simmons breath. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. As you exhale, start to make your way all the way up, hands and feet meet at the top of your mat. Inhale to lengthen up halfway. Exhale to fold it forward. Gentle bend as you push your feet through the floor. Sweep those arms all the way up. Bring your hand down through heart center. Take a pause, breathing in through the nose. Breathing it out. Okay, we're going to add a little bit to this flow, the beginning and the end, but the meat of it, the middle, is going to stay the same. And my hope is we can do a few rounds of this together where eventually you're not even really super, super focused on the movement. The pattern is just happening in your body, and we can just get lost in the breath and it being kind of like a movement meditation, yeah? I'll still call it out, but please feel free to move at your pace. Glue those feet together. Feel your palms radiate, rotate forward, Tadasana. When you're ready, you're here, you're tall. On your next inhale, can you shoot your bum back, press down through your toes and your heels as you lengthen your body up. We're lengthening and reaching through those hands, drawing those ribs into our chair pose. Take a breath in here. And then as you exhale, melt forward, stretch your legs. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale, lower down, step back into your downward dog. Now, we've done so many different flow versions. You're welcome to do whatever version works for you here. Inhale to sweep your right leg up. As you breathe out, pull your heel to your bum, lift your knee, open your thigh, enjoy that bit of a twist here. Inhale to bring the hips back to level, reach the right leg back, and then breathe out, pull the right foot forward, plant it between your hands. Up in a high lunge, we sweep up, and like a fountain, we open up into that warrior two. Taking a few breaths here to just like really super celebrate how fun and like, we're moving through our body. When you're ready, flip that front palm on an inhale. Take yourself all the way up and back to that reverse warrior. Right away, exhale, windmill yourself down to the floor. Pivot the back foot. Step back into a downward dog. 3 breaths here. Inhaling in. Exhaling it out. Inhaling it in. Exhaling it out. Checking in with your home base. Any little adjustments you need to make, please feel free. When you're ready, on your next inhale, we sweep that left leg up in space. Bend your knee, pull your heel to your bum, lift the thigh up, rotate it out, but try to keep that upper body spiraled parallel. On an inhale, square off your hips, reach that back leg back, and as you breathe out, pull your knee in, plant that left foot down on the floor. Up in a high lunge, we inhale to radiate up, and then like the fountain, we open to come down. What's that really famous fountain in Italy? Is it the Bellagio? I've never been to Italy, but that's how I feel. Or wait, no, I think that's Vegas. Wow, good one, Dom. We're here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Feel the power of the legs hugging in, the rotation of the thighs out, the strength of the belly. Flip that front palm. Inhale to reach up, over. We take that reverse warrior. And as we exhale, windmill yourself all the way back down to the floor. Take the front leg, can you slide it to meet the back? Hold your plank 3 breaths here. Inhaling it in. Exhaling it out. That's 1. Inhale. Glutes are strong. Our lower body is strong as we support our upper body in space here. That's 2. Inhaling it in. Exhaling it out. That's 3. When you're ready, take another inhale. Maybe drop to your knees as you exhale, gently lowering down to the floor. Inhale, flip your toes as you find your version of a back bend. And then exhale, slide it up and back. Downward dog, 3 breaths. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale it out. Inhaling in. Exhaling it out. On your next inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. As you exhale, little or many walk steps, hops up to your hands. Inhale to lengthen halfway. Exhale to lower down. Now bend your knees, take your bum back. We lengthen up into that chair. We stand up tall, let those arms come down beside you. All again, stick your bum back, plant your feet as you lengthen into your chair pose. As you exhale, let's fold forward over those legs. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale to lower down, step back into your version of downward dog. Remember, you have options with flows here. You don't have to be up with your thighs and legs in a warrior 2. You can totally do a standing version of our warrior 1, of being down into more of a stretch through the front of the hip, all those things. Inhale, right leg sweeps up, bend your knee, tuck into your bum. As you exhale, open the thigh up. Remember, the thighs twist, but the torso doesn't. Inhale to lengthen those hips level, reach your right leg back. As you exhale, pull the right foot forward, plant your foot down. Back toes are lifted. We inhale, we radiate up into the top part, our shooting part of our fountain, and then open out into your warrior 2. Take your inhale here. Take your exhale. Flip your front palm, lengthen up and forward as we take our fountain-y shape up and back. And then we windmill our arms all the way to the floor. Take the front leg, reach it back into our downward dog as it takes a little partnership with that back foot. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. On your next inhale, your left leg reaches up in space. Bend your knee, pull the heel to the bum as you lift the thigh and rotate that hip out. Give it a little bit of a movement if you'd like to. And when you're ready, inhale, square the hips up, lengthen that left leg back. Inhale to pull your leg in towards your chest, plant that foot down. Stay up on your back toes as you radiate up. Remember that fountain all the way up in space. And then open yourself out into your warrior 2. Taking a few breaths to be here. Hug those legs in, rotating through those thighs, feeling the flow of movement, of energy, of heat in our bodies. Flip that front palm, radiate it forward. Inhale to take yourself up and back. Keep bending in that front knee. And then exhale, windmill yourself all the way down to the floor. Step back into your plank. Inhale here. Exhale here. 3 breaths. Inhale. Keep the lengthening of the chin, of the top of the head and the heels back. I don't know why I said chin. That's not what I wanted at all. The crown of your head. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe it out. Gently lower the knees. Start to draw your chest down through your hands. Inhale into your baby cobra or your full up dog. And then exhale, slide back. Downward dog, 3 breaths. Inhale in. Exhale out. Feeling that home base. Using the work that we've done to maybe find a little more space in this shape. You could always take a child's pose here. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. As you breathe out, make your way up towards your hands. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale to lower it down. Bend through your knees, sit your bum back, radiate yourself up in space. Stand all the way up. Right away, let's do one more. Fold yourself forward. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale it down. I missed the chair, but that's okay. We're going to hit it on the way back up. Step yourself all the way back so that you take your downward dog. Inhale, sweep that right leg up. Bend your knee, open up through that hip. Take a breath in to square the hips, reach the right leg back. Exhale, pull that leg forward, plant the right foot down. Up on your back left toes, let's come up into our high lunge and open out into our warrior two. Inhale, can you be here for a breath? Exhale, be here in that breath. Flip your front palm. Inhale, reach forward, lengthen yourself all the way up and back. Exhale, windmill yourself forward. Step back, find your downward dog. Few breaths if you need it, or if you're ready right away. Inhale, that left leg lifts up. Bend your knee as you breathe out. Open that hip, feeling the work of the ribs still drawing in. Inhale to level off your hips. Take the leg back, three-legged dog. And then exhale, pull your left foot forward, plant through the front foot. Up on the back toes, we inhale, bring yourself up. And then we breathe out as we open up, fountain our way out into our warrior two. Take a breath in here. Take a breath out here. Flip that front palm as you inhale and reach it all the way up and back. Exhale to windmill yourself down. This is our last plank together, so feel free to indulge. Inhale it in. Exhaling it out. Again, you could be on knees here. If you prefer to just live on forearms and come down to your chaturanga from here, you can. Whatever's going to make the most sense for you. One more time, breathe in. Breathe it out. Drop down through those knees if you prefer. Start to lower your chest down in space. Inhale, baby cobra or full up dog. Exhale, take it back. Downward dog. Breathe in. Side out through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhaling it out. One more time, breathe in. Exhale it out. Inhale to lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale to make your way feet up to the top of your mat. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale it down. Bend your knees, stick your bum out, plant through your toes, connect into your belly as you sweep yourself up. We're going to hold this chair for a hot second. So we want to make sure we're not super collapsed through our belly. We want to draw that belly in. We're lengthening through our tail. Those arms are sweeping up. Low in those legs, maybe a little bit lower if you can. Let's bring those hands in towards our heart center. And let's use it as a way to really, really lengthen out. Can you start to twist your right elbow towards your left knee and then place the thigh and the elbow or the elbow on top of the thigh, I should say. Use your hands. Now notice right now that my hands are way past my chest. So I use them for leverage to lengthen out into that bit of a twist again. Take a breath in here. Take a breath out. Now, if this is impossible, you could always keep your hands at your hips, or you could always just bring a heart to center and just really enjoy the rotation of the spine. Yeah, you don't have to be in a more bound closed chain twist. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, look down to the floor. Bring your hands down, sweep them back up. Take an inhale to enjoy being still in your chair pose, and then bring your hands to your heart. Lengthen out here. Start to twist around to the right, planting your left elbow on top of your right thigh. Lengthen it out. Now watch that those knees don't do anything funky. They totally stay squeezing together. Hands as leverage here to lengthen out through your spine. But again, you could always just rotate using the rotation of your organic rotation. Yeah, not leveraged sort of rotation. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Inhale, look down to your toes. Rotate yourself to center. Can you lengthen up through those arms? And then can you lower your bum an inch? And then stay there. Can you lower your bum an inch? Can you stay there? Can you lower your bum an inch? And can you slowly lower all the way down until you're on the floor? Keep yourself upright. Just give your legs a little windshield wiper. It's kind of fun. Don't get me wrong. I love creating really fun flows where we're twisting and twirling all over the place. But sometimes it's nice to keep it really simple and really, really be in it. That's fun too. All right, plant those feet down on the floor. Start to make your way down onto your backs. Feet are going to be parallel hip distance apart. Now, please don't make them too close to your bum. I'd actually like them to be a little bit away from you so we can get into those hamstrings and glutes a little bit more. Let's take our arms up to the ceiling. Let's squeeze into our arm muscles. Take a breath in here. And then as you breathe out, you're going to lift your hips up. Hold it here. And then gently lower them down. One more time, breathe in. Exhale, lift them up and then hold. Now with your hips up like this, All 10 toes are pushing down into the floor. Your heels are squeezing to your bum cheeks. Your thighs are reaching forward. If you can feel all of that and you'd like to add a back bend, bring your hands down, tuck your shoulders underneath you, and then reach towards your heels. I'd prefer you feel the lower body before you tuck your shoulders versus like tucking and then just using them as leverage. If it's in your practice to bring your hands together, you can totally do that. It is not in for me right now. I have some shoulder stuff. Take 2 more breaths. Breathe in. You could also take those arms. This is my actual favorite, and reach them up behind you. One more time. Breathe in. And then as you breathe out, roll yourself all the way down in space. If your arms are behind you, bring them in. Can you curl yourself into a tight ball? Give yourself a little rock side to side here. And then nod your chin so your shoulder blades come up, and you're going to squeeze, and then lengthen out. I'm going to turn around so I can Shavasana with you this way. If you have a little pillow or anything you'd like to place under your knees or behind your head, please feel free. Otherwise, anything you need to just be down right now is perfect. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, and then just letting that breath go. I'm totally here with you. I will be here with you to guide you out of your Shavasana if you are looking to do that. However, if you find a really comfortable space that you want to just stay in, you're super welcome to just stay. Letting your breath exist in your body now, and however it most organically feels like it wants to be there. If you notice as you're Shavasanaing that your brain, that your mind starts to wander, I like to imagine those thoughts like clouds, or I have an artist friend that has a painting that says, "May all your troubles be bubbles," so you can blow them away. And without giving it like 100% attention, when these things come into my mind when I'm trying to relax, I literally just imagine like they're in a cloud or a bubble, and I blow them away. Using your breath to drop just a little bit deeper. I'm going to leave you in about a minute of silence. Please know that I am still here. I'm going to sit up, but you're going to stay right where you are. And then I'll be here with you to guide you out of Shavasana. Wherever you are, start to deepen into your breath. Feel how the expansion of your breath starts to expand our consciousness, our awareness of our bodies. If there's any little movements you'd like to make, please feel free to do so. And if you're happy right where you are, stay right as you are. And when you're ready, bring yourself over onto one side, gently making your way up to seated. If it feels better to have your eyes open but down, please feel free. Otherwise, the eyes will stay closed. Placing one hand at your heart or heart center, second hand over that, gently bowing in. Thank you for your willingness to unhold, to release, to flow, to move and accept that If it's not meant to be right now, then we don't have to worry about that. We can let it go because better things come with the space we make. It's always such an honor, privilege for me to get to be here with you. Thank you so much for that. May your heart be at peace. May your speech be kind. And may your thoughts be warm. Thank you so, so much. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much.